Okay, so in the last video we had a look at the iPad and we took apart the screen and found that unfortunately I'd ordered the wrong part. I'd actually ordered the digitizer instead of the screen itself, so we weren't able to complete the repair. Now it's been a long time since we've finally got to this point, so I apologise. It's been a bit of a busy time in my life, so now that I have managed to complete the video, hopefully you can see the conclusion and find out whether or not we get the iPad up and running. So let's get on with it. Okay, so the last time that we tried to repair this iPad, I had a bit of a problem because I ordered the wrong part. I actually ordered the digitizer, which goes on the front rather than the screen itself. So I've managed to get hold of a second-hand screen, and now if I just open it up, yeah, this looks like the right screen. So that's a good start. Now, I'd already unscrewed this last time, so we should be able to just pop that to the side. There's only one ribbon that goes to the screen itself, and that's underneath this plate here, which we can unscrew. Small Phillips should do that. That's if I pick up the right screwdriver. There's only 3 screws on this, so it's very simple, but the screws are very, very small. Okay, we just need to lift this metal plate up, which has the connector built in underneath. So now we can pop the new screen, or the refurbished, the salvaged, and we'll just press this metal plate down so that the connector attaches. Okay, and now we can screw that back on. As I said before, these screws are very, very small, so it's tricky to get them in the right place. That bubble wrap out of the way. Okay, so that's all screwed in now, so we should be able to test this screen out. We'll just push it in place. Oh, it's upside down, so the buttons are going to be on this side. And there we have it. Working screen, fantastic. So it should just be a case of finding the screws, popping the screen back on, and re-adhering the digitizer on the front. The screws are here somewhere. Ah, here they are. There's 4 screws that just go around the screen itself, which we took off in the last video. I have realised a bit of an issue. The digitizer is actually not working. There's a ribbon cable that goes from the digitizer down onto the main board of the iPad itself, which runs underneath the screen. It looks like that's got damaged. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that this digitizer is a write-off, but fortunately I accidentally ordered another one. So we've actually got a brand new one here. We should be able to undo the screen again and replace it with the new digitizer. The digitizer has 2 connectors on the long side, and then it obviously has the button connector. Okay, so we'll undo the screen again. All these 4 screws need to come out again. And now we need to just unscrew this connector for the screen itself, and then underneath this metal plate we'll find the 2 connectors for the digitizer. So although the digitizer sits on top of the screen, the connector actually works the other way around. So the screen's connector sits on top of the digitizer's connectors. Just pop both of those off, and we also need to take off the button. Now the button isn't a connector in the sense that it just fits on with a plug, it actually slides in. And unfortunately I snap it at this point, but that's only the guide plastic that I've snapped off here, so it's not too important. The connector itself still works. very fiddly. It's got to be very gentle with these kinds of electronics because they are obviously very small and very fiddly, very fragile. Right, that's the digitizer off. So now we can get the new one and simply attach the button and the connectors. Okay, so now that the digitizer is reconnected, we should be able to pop on the connector for the screen, which is nice and easy. It just simply slips on there, taking care not to disconnect the other parts. Okay, so we finally got this working. Basically, I had to do a hard reset by holding down the power, volume and screen button. And it seems to have worked. It's obviously a software issue. So all we need to do now is finally pop those screws back in, re-adhere, and we should be done. Okay, so the screen's not adhering very well. I think the glue may have dried out a little bit, so what I'm going to attempt to do is just reheat it, and hopefully that will make it stick a little bit better. I just need to take this plastic protective screen off, which appears to be held on stronger than the glue itself, because it's now pulling the screen off. It's a little bit frustrating, this. I probably shouldn't have left it so long after I took it apart. Just push it back into place, and then we can heat it up and hopefully get it to reseal.